I'm actually recording now. Let me make sure it's streaming. Alright, welcome to the Battle of Slaughter Mountain, also known as the Battle of Cedar Mountain, or Cedar Creek, but Slaughter Mountain sounds cooler. We are just getting started. It is myself and Chief as the umpires, and we are going to go. Everyone's been sorted, so we're going to go ahead and do our first turn, get our orders. So I'm going to jump down to the Confederates. I'll be back here in a minute. Alright, General Jackson, what are your orders? Oh, sorry. It is, let me give you a description. So you guys have been marching most of the day, excited to defeat Banks and send him packing once again. It is a hot, sweltering day. Luckily you're on a horse above the dust and choking dust of the road, but your men aren't so lucky. But even so, even though you're not even marching or having to carry anything, you're hot, so you can imagine how hot your men are. Many are falling by the wayside. You can hardly maintain order as some are running to the creek just to cool off or get a drink. So difficult conditions for a battle for sure, but you know you outnumber the Union, and what are your orders? Oh, for some reason you hadn't been added. Let me add you real fast. Okay, you got it now. So all you can see, I mean, nothing's happened yet. You're moving up the road as you had designated. You're passing by the Jaeger farm and coming up on a ridge. The cavalry's right ahead of you. Alright, sounds good. I'll be back. Alright, General Robertson, sorry. You are at the head of the column. Jackson and AP Hill are not far behind you. It is a hot, sweltering day. Luckily, you and your men are on horses, so you're doing better than the infantry, but only barely. You've just come upon the top of a kind of ridge. You can see a church in the distance to the northeast, but not much else. What are your orders? You got split in two, so the other half of your calves leading the other half of the army in a separate road. So they're nominally under the orders of Ewell, but they're just screening ahead of them. This is it. So north is north of the screenshot. Okay. Do you want to gain? Do you want to gain? Because you can go faster than the infantry. Do you want to go faster or just stay ahead of them? Got it. Okay. Thank you. I'll be back. Oh, you are supposed to be co-located with Jackson. I'm going to move you to him. You guys are just marching right now, so no orders needed. He already gave me orders. It is a hot, sweltering day, and the men are suffering, but I'll let you talk with him and move you there. All right, General Ewell, welcome. It is a hot, sweltering Virginia day, over 100 degrees Fahrenheit, 38 degrees Celsius. Uh, just a dang hot day. You're marching at the head of the column. Robertson's cavalry, some of his cavalry had been detached to lead your own column and screen ahead. So you can issue them orders at the moment. Right now you're just traveling up a road next to some tallish ridges. What are your orders? Okay. All right, that sounds good. I'll be back. All right. No, I think I just started them at one disruption. Maybe we will, but I think that's enough to for now. Maybe if we're feeling particularly mean, we can do more. But all right, I actually think I'm done. They're just marching. Oh, all right. Well, I'm gonna do. It's hard to judge because the distances are pretty small. It's hard to judge. Let's see, because that's a mile, 1 mile. If they're on a ridge, they probably see something. All right, I'm doing screenshots. All your stuff's moved. Let's see, that was Robertson. Oh shoot! What the? So we're at. That was 3:30, so 15:45 now. All right. Let's see. At least they're co-located. Yeah. Oh, okay. Let me do something about that. Let's see. He is. Oh, where'd he go? In his own channel? Oh yeah, but where's the original Williams? What? I don't. In lobby? Oh, I see it now. All right, General Williams. Your spot was taken because you're a little bit late, but you can take on Augur still. Yep. So let me change your name, and I'll give you access to that channel, and then you can jump down to that voice channel. Um, yep, and we'll be good to go. All right, yep. Go ahead and jump down to Augur voice channel. All right, I'm just going back to Umpire. All right, I'm going to archive these channels that aren't here so I don't get confused. Is there anyone in the Union side that needs to be archived because they're not here? Bayard should be here. Who's Bayard? Oh, you're right. Okay. I'm going to move them down. So don't get confused on who needs updates, Ricketts. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and give my updates. I'll be back. Alright, hello. You guys are together co-located leading the head of the column. The cavalry, Robertson's cavalry, takes off a little bit ahead of you. But atop the hill where you're at, you can see them crossing a next ridge over. No sounds of fighting or anything yet. Any change of orders? Alright, sounds good, thank you. Alright, General Ewell, the cavalry rides ahead of you, and the road curves off to the east, and it looks like they cut across a field a little bit and then are continuing on the next road over. There's a lot of ridges to your right and north kind of impeding your view. No sounds of fighting or anything. Okay, sounds good, thank you. Sorry, I'm just hanging out here while I'm doing it. Alright, we got Robertson. Yep. Alright, General Robertson. So you ride down into a small valley and up onto the next ridge, and as you crest over the ridge, in the far distance you can see movement on the road north. Looks like Union cavalry, judging by their blue uniforms. Yep. You do. Okay. Alright, sounds good. Yep. Alright, thank you. Just moving everything. This one had a little bit more marching than normally. I have them like immediately at contact, but this one I wanted to give the Union the opportunity to set up, and I mean they could have just sat there if they wanted. They decided to forward deploy, but I wanted to give them that chance. So let's see. Alright, I think that Union column barely is out of the way, and the artillery just barely unlimbered, so they're not even firing yet. So I'm not going to do any battle yet. So if you're ready, I'm going to do screenshots. It's 4 p.m. It's going to get night soon. I need to remember to look for dispatches. Alright, let's see, Jackson. I like this map because it's super exaggerated terrain. That's like completely doesn't look like it looked in the actual battlefield, but yeah, you'd think they're on a bunch of mountains, but they're not. But it's helpful to know where the high ground is and where it isn't, and use that. Oops. Just did it twice on the same thing. 1600. Okay. Let's see, you will still stuck behind that ridge. Cannot see that way. Or really that way. Let's see. All right. You continue the march down into the valley and up onto the next hill. Some of the men stop and get drinks at the creek that you crossed, despite their officers chiding them. Ahead on the hill, you can see the rear end of Robertson, and it looks like his men are dismounting and deploying on that ridge up there. Kind of hard to tell, but that looks like that's what they're doing. Any orders? No sounds of battle yet. AP Hill did get a letter, a dispatch. I guess you'd overhear it too. So I'll basically a rider comes up and it's from Robertson and says Union cavalry been spotted down the road to the north, setting up artillery on the ridge and dismounting cav. Okay. Do you want to? I mean, you're not that far behind them. Do you want to start deploying in line? Or are you going to stay on the road? Okay. Um, all right. And you're staying with AP Hill. Okay. What about you, Hill? Will you stay with the men or up to Robertson? Can you? You're mute. What's that? Oh, he's only in the chat. Okay, I see he's typing. Yeah, just type your orders in the chat box, and I'll go off that, Hill. Um, yeah, just type it in the chat. I'll see it when you do it. All right, moving on. Thank you. All right, General Ewell. Your view is somewhat restricted by the hills and trees around you. Still no sounds of battle or anything. And the cavalry ahead of you send a dispatch to you informing you that they have not run into anything yet. You've got your division, and then Jackson's behind you, which Jackson isn't controlled by anyone, so technically you control him unless Banks shows up. So yes. The courier from the cavalry says there's a fork in the road going left and right, and asks you which way, and then Woods straight ahead. Which way do you want him to go? Okay. Thank you. All right, General Robertson. So your men swiftly dismount with one man for every four, taking four horses and taking them behind the hill to safety. The remaining three form line. Your artillery is unlimbered, but not quite fired yet. And you can see the infantry coming up behind you, starting to deploy in line behind the hill. Ahead of you, you can see the Union cavalry racing down the road towards you. Got it. Okay, thank you. Alright, I think I moved everything ready. I just gotta do combat. Now, okay, so what's their orders? Are they just spreading out? What are they doing? Okay. So, alright, that's probably fair. So they see each other and they kind of fire off prematurely and no damage done, really. Um, Here, though, so he's just running head. Did he see them at all on the ridge? Oh, no, no worries. Over here. Oh, okay, the cavalry's just gonna eat some lead. Okay, so that's actually not. I'll do that. It's not terrible, but I think they'd withdraw if they see artillery on a hill. They'd fall back. No. All right, It is now 4:15, 6:15, 16:15. Let's see, AP Hill. Oh, all right. That makes it easier when they're all together. This one. Yeah, you got started with me having more, but now you have more in mine. I'm only in two groups now. Okay, so I'm going to. Yeah, that's correct. All right, gentlemen. Generals Jackson and AP Hill ride up onto the ridge and sit astride General Robertson as they watch their men start to fire on the oncoming Union cavalry. Your artillery gets a few shots off, and the Union cavalry fires a few small shots, and then almost immediately turns around and heads back north up the road, leaving behind a few men and horses which were killed. So we'll start with Robertson. What's your orders? Artillery to follow as well. All right, you got it. General Hill. I guess type it if you got something. Jackson, what are your orders? Okay. If Hill doesn't type orders, what do you want him to do? Stay in line or go back into column? Got it. All right, thank you. All right, General Ewell. Something's happening. Up ahead, not far from you, maybe a quarter mile down the road, you can hear your cavalry firing at something. And you can also hear artillery fire maybe a mile to the southeast. Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay. So the Stonewall Brigade is way back in the column, like miles behind, just so you know. It'll be it'll be a while before they get up to you. Okay. All right. Thank you. So those were slightly confusing orders. That's what Kriegsspiel is all about. Learning to give orders. And having fun. I can't do combat till that gets moved. And I can't move till that gets moved, so I'm waiting on Chief at the moment. But I'm sure he's getting a lot of special orders too. So he said go to the flank, and I guess he's talking about the flank of whoever they're shooting at. So I'm sending these guys 2 different ways. He did change his name. Change nickname. Umpire Chief. It's already 4:30. I need to figure out how to turn that off. Sure, I'm glad Chief decided to help me umpire. This would have been really slow if I'd had to have been doing it all by myself. No worries. That Union cavalry should, they hadn't moved yet. They should be going down the road. Okay. Oh, alright. Alright, well, they're both in the woods. It's just the one, or is the cavalry doing it too? Yeah, well, you had some smoke for them. Well, oops. Let's see. That's, yep. Nothing. Yeah. He wanted to see what was going on. Should we have a second CIC death in 2 games? No. Let's see. I got cavalry, so that's like that 2, and that's, yeah, okay. think that's good. So it's now 4:30. Let's see. All right, generals. So you remount your men, which takes a couple minutes. Unlimber the artillery, and then you chase after the Union. By the time you're caught up to them at the top of the next hill, Union infantry has deployed into line and starts firing down on you. Your lead regiment fires back, but you're not looking great, though it's hard to see much beyond that. Hmm. Okay. Yep. Jackson, where are you going? All right. Got it. All right. Thank you. All right, General Hill. So your men form back into column and start moving again. Up ahead, you can see the Union, or sorry, your cavalry taking off, chasing after the Union cavalry, and it looks like they're engaging someone at the top of the next hill, though it's hard to see from here with all the gun smoke clouding the way. Um, I guess just post your orders on your channel. Let's see, you said stay in the back of the column, just keep following the cavalry. Does that mean the back of your own column or just behind the cavalry? I guess respond in your channel and let me know. Just behind the cavalry, okay. Got it. Alright, thank you, sir. Alright, General Ewell. So you continue to advance. You send word for your cavalry to seek out the enemy's flank. You can see them kind of disperse as they do so. No reports from them yet. And your own infantry starting to deploy. Your cavalry moves southeast to get on the hill a little bit to take advantage of the terrain, but Judging by the sound of the musket fire, you would guess that you are, at least at the moment, outnumbered. There's a lot of shots coming from the woods. Luckily, the woods are also giving good cover, so most are missing, but still it's a bit harrowing. What are your orders? Okay, so the infantry that's coming up to your rear, like the next brigade, where do you want them to deploy? So all the fighting you can hear is coming to the north right now, in the woods to the north of you. Okay. What about your artillery? If they wouldn't have line of sight from the road, but they could go on that hill to the right to get. Okay, so up to the hill. All right. Thank you. Oh, someone lost a disruption. I don't have to make those pretty because nobody can see those. Alright, he's moving up. We'll see what they're doing. They're going behind the ridge and then on the ridge. They're going to have a fun time against that artillery. Of course, they're getting their own artillery. I actually think, well, I mean, there's only so many ridges, but it's pretty obvious you would want to set up on this nice ridge here. The interesting about the map is I mean, as I mentioned, it's super exaggerated, but you kind of have these exaggerated ridge lines here, which kind of makes it fun. You're like trying to move from ridge to ridge, use them for cover. I don't know, maneuver around them. You got woods on the west side you could use for cover. Of course, that's already taken, but someone could have tried to do a little maneuver up this way out of sight, but so far they just mostly, each was in two groups marching straight into each other. The Union is outnumbered 2-1. Their whole thing is they needed to deploy quickly. That way they could get some quick casualties on the enemy. And they are technically, I mean, with that artillery there, they are more deployed, but only by like a turn or two, which just wasn't enough. They started back here, and so technically they could have like sat up on this ridge and not even moved here and had a pretty good defensive position, or they could have raced, to this ridge line. Or, I mean, they did get to that one, but if they had double timed, they could have deployed faster and been more ready. But either way, I mean, Confederates have overwhelming numbers. It would be really hard for the. Oh, Chief's here. Sorry, I was narrating. Holy crap! All right, did you give him a disruption for double timing? Okay, good. All right, well, let's do some combat. On the middle, what are these guys doing? Just shooting? Okay. Yeah, they're kind of. Let's see, they're out of range. Wait, this is half a mile, right? Yeah, half a mile. Yeah, they're not quite in range yet. I'd just take them off to show that. Alright, let's do some fun combat. So, we have like 2-1 odds on a little cavalry. Let's see, so they're going to run most likely. Alright, that's 5. They are in woods. So that takes a 5 to a 4 and a 3 to a 2. So that's actually only 2. And then they're going to shoot back. And they're half a size, so that's like a 3. So They'll barely get anything. All right, then these two cav. Advance these guys a smidge. So those two on this one, those two are to count as one. So we're still in woods. So that's a 2, and that's a 3. And then those guys also in woods. So that's a nothing. He's on a hill. That's a nothing, and that's a 5. So that went poorly for the Union. Which it really shouldn't have, because they outnumber them. So I'm going to give a boost over here where they're super outflanked. Yep, that's more realistic. Okay. Alright, and then middle's nothing happening yet. Alright, screenshot. So it's now 4:45. Alright, 16:45. Don't forget to do dispatches. Everyone's getting good vantage spots this time. Dang it. Alright. Alright. Hello. The two of you pull your the cavalry back, go back a ways, and then behind the ridge, and now you've just come up upon the ridge, and across the way, like a quarter mile from you on the next ridge, you can see an array of Union guns. Looks like 16 or more. Not firing yet, but looking like they're looking for a target. And to the west, you can actually see the colors of Ewell's division. Some of his artillery is coming up on a ridge as well, and their small arms fire over to the west. It's hard to see, but you can see smoke rising up out of the woods in that direction. And then to the east, you can see Light's division is continuing down the road. You can Try it. Try uphill into cannons. Canister shot. Okay. The cavalry that's right next to you. No, it's because it's 40 degrees Celsius outside. The cavalry that's with you, are they staying behind the ridge or are they going on the ridge? Okay, got it. All right, thank you. All right. Yeah, I'm sure that hand will help you. Okay. Okay. All right, General Hill. So you continue to advance up the road. You can see the cavalry has disengaged from whatever fight they're in to the north and are now kind of went off road to the west. So the way before you is completely clear, and atop that ridge is looks like an infantry in line, maybe some artillery as well. I guess put your orders in your channel and let me know what you do. If you don't say anything, they're just going to keep going and then deploy into line and engage to the north. But if you want something done differently, just let me know. Thank you. All right, General Ewell. Let's see. So I moved you a little bit up on that hill where your artillery's going just to give you a better vantage point, let you see the battle a little bit better. And from there, you can actually see Jackson and Robertson aren't that far away to the east of you. Um, you get a report from the cavalry that went to the northeast that there are federal guns on the next ridge over, deployed. Um, they also report a good amount of Union cavalry and infantry in the woods to the northwest. You also get a harried courier arriving from the cavalry that went west. That that regiment commander is outnumbered and threatening to be flanked, um, and not in good shape. He's faced a lot of casualties already. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. they get abandoned, they're gonna push on the flank like that. That guy's about to go. I think bayonet. Oh, they're bayonet. Oh, that's fun. Alright. Oh, you know what? They probably wouldn't have gotten there yet. So we will let them shoot them. They get a turn to shoot, and then they're going to get bayoneted. So I guess they get one chance to repel them. So 5, I'm going to reverse that actually because they were there longer. So 5 in the woods becomes a 4. 3 in the woods becomes a 2. Now these guys, first we'll do him shooting at that guy, kind of what's in front of him. 5 in the woods, that's just 1. And then we got basically 3 shooting at him with flanking, so 2 of those get a +1. So 3 becomes a 4, that becomes a 4, so that's 3 disrupt. Oh, that's in the woods. That's not woods. So 3, it doesn't matter. That's 3 disruptions, so that went from a 1 to a 4. They're about to break. Oh, but they do have artillery, so that guy didn't have any artillery, so that is his one advantage. So artillery here. Pew, 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 pew. That's 1. Do artillery. So right there. That's another 1. And artillery kind of in the back line. That's another 1. Interesting. I do like the ridges and how they're hiding. Okay. No. Okay, I got it. So I'm playing it that they haven't quite reached them yet, so they're getting the Confederates get a little bit of shots off before they face the onslaught. Is the artillery not firing in the northeast? How far would they have gotten? Like, is that as far as they would have gotten? Alright, we'll have them scared off the ridge then. Let's see. We'll give them a chance. On a 6, they're dead. Nope, no 6s. Okay. Oh, I didn't do him yet. So did he give orders? Oh, he wrote something. Okay. We'll push the men, pull the men back to the ridge as quickly as possible. Okay. That's not a bad idea. I know, it would have, it's such a huge division, you could have had fun with it. Let's see, he is moving to the ridge quickly. We'll do quick. We'll do something like that. Oh, but the artillery is firing, so we'll take that first brigade. Yeah, they'll get a disruption from it. Yeah, so on the left, of course the Confederates are outnumbered, but they've got artillery on that hill now that's firing explosive shot into their ranks, so that is having some effect. But the cavalry, the dismounted cavalry, all abandoned the lines, so that commander should be feeling fairly good at the moment. So I think that's it. It's now 5 o'clock. Started at 3:30, so 1:06. Stinking rewind button. Gotta do dispatches real fast. That's the only one. Alright. Hello, hello, hello. Alright, so the Union guns start to fire onto Hill's, the front of his column, as they're going up the road, but they turn off the road and come actually your way. And then you see Union cavalry riding down the ridge or up down the hill and then up the next hill, and which forces you back down behind the ridge for your own safety. Your cavalry, Robertson, is now starting to arrive. You can tell they've had some casualties, and one regiment in particular, the 17th Virginia, looks to be in bad shape. You can hear a lot of artillery fire to the west. Looks like Ewell's guns are firing now at full force, and that's what you know. Yep, that's correct. Got it. Okay. What about your artillery? Got it. All right. Yes. Okay. AP, AP AP Hill. I'll follow your last orders unless you write something else to kind of deploy in line behind the ridge. But if you want, so he can't talk. But his orders were pull the men back to the ridge as quickly as possible and deploy them in line there. So I'll just have him deploy behind the cavalry unless he says different or you say different. Uh, So each unit is a half brigade. So there's one, two, three, four, five, six, 7 brigades. Uh, I'm Ewell's got command of it since he's that wing. Unless you want to take over. There you go. All right, General Ewell. Uh, so the courier from the cavalry commander comes and offers his apologies, but say that they've received a dispatch from Robertson and they have been recalled. And so they ride off to join him at possibly the worst moment because a large Union assault is coming through the woods, according to Early and Forno, and they're desperately calling for reinforcements. Early's brigade is close to breaking. They've been fighting hard in the heat. The men are just falling from heat exhaustion, and they're outnumbered and flanked, so they're about to break. And then in the woods, it's looking pretty difficult. Hayes' brigade's deploying now and joining the fight quickly. You got Trimble coming up in the rear, and then Jackson's division under Winder is coming up behind you as well. The good news is your artillery is now set up and firing, and they're pounding the Union position. Hard to tell the effect it has, but it certainly makes you and the men feel a lot more comfortable. Okay. That cavalry unit's not under your command anymore. Hmm. Okay. Thank you. All right. We just need chief now. So they're gonna do 3 shots. Of course, yeah, he's gonna break. I need a wound marker. Objects. Where's my wound? Which way is he breaking? This way. Let's see, that'll gain him. We're gonna get on top of that hill. See, they're doing a bayonet fight now. I think I can do this one. He's probably already moved everything. So, bayonet fight. I'll do this one first. So that's 2 disruptions. That's 4. They're already at 2, so 3, 4, 5 broken. But they've got extra momentum. Where'd my wounded marker go? And the next one, oh, they got the commander with them. Oh, okay. No, go ahead. Just talking to myself. Okay. Okay. Alright, so we got 3 shooting against 2. On the hill. Wow. Okay. And then the artillery. Okay, so we need to show the artillery smoke now. Make it all smoky. Smoke everywhere. Okay. So artillery shooting. We got 3. Though I did say to lay down. Okay, so that's. We'll do 1. We'll do 2. We'll do that. Okay. Alright, I think that's it for combat. Alright, screenshots. It is now. And move this further down. 5:15. Time for a zoomed in screenshot with the chaos of battle. Luckily, 3 of them are still together. Let's see. They've actually got a pretty good pace. Put them in atop the hill. Yep, it's not bad. Alright, my screenshots are done. Checking for dispatches. Oh, none. Okay. Alright, I'm gone. Alright, hello. So your men dismount and move up on the ridge, laying down right as the Union cavalry come upon them, but the Union cavalry are certainly surprised to see so many men ready to receive them on the ridge. But as you look out from beyond the gun smoke, you can see infantry moving up behind the cavalry, and now that you are somewhat in view, that Union batteries start pelting the top of the ridge with explosive shot all around. It's deafening. Uh, there's also a battle to your west, kind of in your rear, where you can make out glimpses of Yule's command doing something. Okay. All right, and then you're just falling back. All right. Okay. All right. Yule. So things are going from bad to worse. Trimble's brigade rushes up to replace Early's, but are not quick enough as Early succumbs to the heat and casualties, and then that line breaks and runs south despite your protestations. The fighting in the woods to the west, you can hear that the enemy has bayonet charged you, and there's a lot of hand-to-hand fighting there. So far, your men are holding, but you don't know for how long they'll be able to stand. The Union with Early's brigade breaking, the Union's taken at least their dismounted cavalry have taken a position on the hill really close to your northeast. Um, and so Trimble's men are deployed and trying to get into the fight. Jackson is coming up, or Winder's coming up in your rear now with his division, and that's it. You yep. Okay. Okay. Got it. All right, thank you, sir. Good luck to you. Doesn't really have to look pretty. Nobody can see that. Well, nothing's shooting at them. So the cavalry pulled back behind the ridge, and the infantry's sitting there waiting for them to come over the top. For the Now let's give them. Let's have some fun. Let's give them a turn of nothing and let them think that they're they're winning. Oh, they are. I don't know. Well, they got 3 guns shooting at that one. So let's see. They're shooting at something. All right, over in the west. So we got to do this ongoing bayonet fight. Okay, so they're. Let's see. That's 1, 2, 3. Oh, he's breaking 2. And then these. Are they coming into the fight, or are they going to sit there and? Okay, well we'll hold there. And then this one. Those guys, yeah, they're both breaking. It's gonna be. Let's see, more wounds for everyone. So they're gonna get some purchase here and hit Trimble in the flank. Are these up here? Are they just shooting still? Okay. Oh yeah, I didn't even add wagons. But, oh well. 2, and then we'll do that special flank attack. Oh, well, we'll give 1 more just for that. And then they're shooting up the. Okay, so they're 2. And then artillery can't shoot their own guys, so something back here. And maybe this guy over this way. Yeah. Let's see. Are there anyone that. Any mass routes? No. We'll just leave it. Alright, I think we're good. So now it is 5:30. How generous do I want to be? I think it's too smoky. We'll be less generous. All right. So your men, the cavalry fire shot, then pull back and remount as ordered behind Hill's line, which has deployed. You move back to the second ridge, but with all the smoke, you can't really see beyond the ridge you were just on. Um, the artillery continues to pound and thunder all around you. Hill's artillery that has deployed kind of in the valley, just north of that original ridge, they're firing heavily as well. And the Fredericksburg battery sends a report that they can see Union infantry moving around on their flank to the northeast. Um, yep. And now that you're on the hill, you can see more to the west. Looks like Jackson's division's marching up the road. Yep. No, it's not in your screenshot. It was a writer that came and informed you. It's not visible. East. Yeah, he's got more, a lot more. Sounds good. Thank you. All right, General Ewell. So, you can see men streaming out of the woods to your west and running south uncontrollably in a disorganized manner. Um, Winder is sending more and more of his men, including the famed Stonewall Brigade, into the fight to assist. Trimble's still holding to the north, barely, but he reports that he is getting flanked on his west side. And yeah, a lot of fierce fighting, a lot of chaos. Hard to know what's going on. Okay. Uh, yeah, to the east. You you would need to send a dispatch to Robertson. They won't just obey your commands. Okay, thank you. Canister shot time. That'll be nice. Hmm. So ironically, the Confederates are feeling pretty in trouble. They're getting flanked, but really the Union's just completely evacuating their center and then pushing hard this way and that way. So the Confederates feel like they're bad, but I mean they haven't even gotten their full force deployed yet. I mean Hill's division's only like halfway there, halfway deployed. Um, so the Union came really close to breaking through here, but now Jackson's division's coming up and reinforcing the line. They're not gonna be able to. Had they, if they had gotten, I mean, if they had some good rolls, they could have broken through, come here in the rear, and then really broken all that, sent them running, and then these guys, maybe they would have formed a rear guard at the creek, but they wouldn't have. They would have lost a lot of position. Having the guns over here was a big advantage for them. They didn't. The Union kept all their guns over there, which so far have been negated because of staying behind that ridge. Um, oh, okay, they're shooting now. Oh, but he said he wanted Stonewall to charge, so we'll do that with these guys. Hello. I haven't resolved anything yet. Oh, I did do the charge resolves. Yeah, they got a bunch of canister shot in the face. Yeah. Is that artillery? That artillery hadn't moved yet. We'll let them, we'll let them get some shots off. Yep, yep. Got it. Yeah, we'll roll for that. Okay. Alright, then I need to take care of down here. So these guys are just shooting at each other again in the woods. Nothing in a 2. That's a bayonet charge from Stonewall's brigade. 5 and 3, so 3 disruption. They're breaking. And they got lucky. Good old Stonewall Brigade. And then here they're still kind of outnumbered. 2-1-1. Oh, wow. Confederates are getting lucky rolls. And they got the numbers. They feel like they're losing though, which is funny. But yeah. Early, or you will just sent dispatch like help. I'm dying. Yeah. No, the Union's done well because they've been very outnumbered. All these guys I need to roll for, they're probably going to break. 4. Yep. They triumphantly take the hill. Oh, I got to roll for their damage. No, okay. Alright. Oh, artillery still. I'll do 3 guns. Shooting at him. Let's see. Who do we do them? Alright, that's good. Yeah, well, maybe next turn they'll break. Alright, I think that's it. I see those guys are shooting at the guy on the hill. Oh, they're at like extreme range. Alright, they can shoot. We'll just say it's just barely started shooting, so nothing much yet. Alright, 5:45. Let's see. Oh, I get to move people. Jackson. Actually, Hill goes back to his channel. Oh, are they? Did the Union not cross the ridge? They didn't fall for it. Okay. Let's see. What can he see? He can see a lot. So men shooting, artillery, men moving. Alright, General Hill, you take half the cavalry as ordered and move up to the southeast to see what's going on over there. You ride up to the hill and can indeed confirm what the dispatch said, which is the Union is shifting to the east and attacking your flank there. It looks like Thomas's brigade has already taken a position to defend the hill, and you still got more of your division coming up. They're stretched pretty long. They're on a front that's already like a mile long, with more to come. But go ahead and write in your channel what your orders are, and I'll look at them. Thank you. All right, gentlemen. So Generals Jackson and Robertson ride over with some of the cavalry to join Ewell, who's looking a bit frantic. Artillery is pounding all around you. And as you get over there, you can see Trimble's brigade holding in the north, Stonewall's brigade leading a bayonet charge westward. They seem to be doing so successfully. Hayes' brigade's holding in the woods, and then Jackson's 2nd Brigade is deploying on their flank, and you've got 3rd Brigade coming up in the rear along the road. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. Branches. That that's the light division. That's not your command. No, they're not firing. So what are your orders? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you. Are you going with your Cav, Robertson? Okay. Okay. gotta go. Thank you. Hey, dude, you came late. You're welcome to kind of. The game's almost over, but you're welcome to join the Augur channel and kind of ride along still. You there? Okay. Yeah, just hang out with Augur and help him out, and you guys can just hang out together. I saw that. I told him just hang out with in the Augur channel, and they can just both be Augur. I didn't want to deal with give him a command this late in the game. I see that charge. They're just like constantly going, trying to find the flank, but they're like way outnumbered. Let's see. They're shooting at him. Artillery duel. And that artillery's breaking. I'm not even going to put a wound on them. They're not coming back in time. Oh, that one's breaking too. Unions, I mean, the Union's outnumbered and they've been unlucky on the rolls. But such is life. Oh, okay. Are they pulling back in the north? Looks like. Oh, you left. I'm talking to no one. I guess. Alright, well, okay, charge. He's there. They're going this way. See what's what. I already did the movements. Yeah, the Union's about broken. They just haven't. They're both hiding on each side of the hill over here, which is smart for the Union. They're basically holding the center. If he'll just all out attacked right there. I mean, his line's thin. He doesn't have reserves, but basically punch through the Union center and be done with it. But he's, of course, concentrated over here on this flank right now. And they're worried about this flank over here, which is already defeated. But let's see if they're just kind of hold position. They're not gonna stand. I don't even need to roll for that. They're breaking. And they can recover a turn. So Hayes is there. Kind of forming a new line there. These guys are supposed to come help trim. I'm ready. Okay. Wait, what? So they're charging and then they come back and shoot, or they like charge and then stop? Alright. Bad orders, they're broken. Just tell them they tried and got canister in the face and I mean, if they just like charged and like didn't stop, maybe they could have gotten to the. Actually, they probably would have gotten to the battery, but it's okay. It's almost over. I did that already. They're getting shot a bunch, but they got lucky. Um, so, but they're not going to last very long. And then are they disengaging to the northwest up here? Okay. And then all right. No, you're fine. I think I did all the combat. Is it 1800 or 1815? Oh no, you're right. I went up too fast. All right, 1800. All right, 1800. All right, General Hill, just got your screenshot. So you moved along the ridge line to join, get a good, semi-good view of the fight. You can see a Union division moving up the hill. Some of them are firing on you, and some of them are just charging you. But you're in a pretty good position, and you got a lot of men, so you're feeling pretty confident. Uh, to the north, your men move in front of the guns, which forces them to stop firing. You got the cavalry in the rear that are wondering if you need them for something or if they can go back to Robertson. And you've still got more of your giant division coming up from the south that you can deploy somewhere. You get a dispatch from Branch's brigade far on the left flank of your line, and they report that they're still not engaged yet and wondering, asking if they can attack or not. And those are your updates. So go ahead and write in your channel if you want anything to change or to happen. Thank you. Your last orders and screenshot with the picture was helpful, so you can do that way if you like. Thank you. All right, General Ewell, better news. Of course, Jackson and cavalry right off to the southwest. But the battle seems to be dying down. Actually, Trimble's brigade has stopped firing. Hayes' brigade has stopped firing. You get a dispatch from Colonel Ronald from Stonewall's brigade. He says the enemy is fleeing from before him and asking if you wish him to pursue. And it's yeah, actually quieted down. There is some new sounds of musket fire to the southwest, and of course your artillery is still firing a lot. But generally, it's looking better than it was. Hmm. Okay. 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 What about the Jackson's brigades that are coming up on the road still? Okay. Got it. Okay. Thank you. Hello, gentlemen. All right. So you ride southwest with the cavalry along the wooded edge of the woods. As you're moving southwest, the fighting in the woods is dying down. But as you arrive, you find Second Brigade of Jackson's division engaging with some dismounted Union infantry, and one of your regiments joins the fight. To the south, across the creek, up on the hill, you can also see some routed brigades fleeing to the south. Okay. Are you staying here, Jackson, or are you going somewhere? Okay. Uh huh. Got it. All right. Thank you. Now it's 6:15. Okay. Let me. All right. The classic final charge in the last half hour of the game. If you're not winning, just charge. I should design it where you get points for like your unit strength at the end, so you don't just throw them away at the end. But okay, so they're making contact though, so we'll just do something like that. Actually, we'll give them a good charge. See what comes of it. All right, and then they're coming over the ridge there, so that'll be fun. I guess they're firing. Oh, did he? Oh, so much for this sneak surprise. Okay. All right. Well, I got a lot of dice to roll. Hold on. What about the cavalry over here? They're staying. Bayord wanted to sit tight. Okay. Well, they're about to break. Yeah. Okay. Well. Yeah. Alright, let's see. Did they get any? Yeah, okay. Yeah, they might not. With all that artillery. We'll see. Okay. Then we got these guys. That's fine. So they're on a hill. So they do get an advantage from that. So 1 disruption, 2 disruption. 1 disruption. Oh, 2 on 1 there. Let's see, so we'll split it between the 2 of them and he gets 1. Oh, then artillery duel still. Oh, lucky again. I don't even know what he's shooting at. They're just running away. Alright, now for bayonet charges. That's fun. Oops. Alright, oh, that was, wow, all 2s. Yahtzee. I need 5 2s. Alright, well that one doesn't do anything. Okay. This one, so they're on a hill, so almost nothing, but then 1, 2, 3. Wow, alright. Finally some luck for the Union. Oh, and that was the, let's see if AP Hill gets injured. Come on, oh yeah, injury, death. Oh, light injury. It's close. You almost died. Alright, last one. Yeah, they're not doing, so that's about to not make it. Okay. I think that's the combat. So we'll do, that's 11, 13. So we'll probably do 1 more round and then maybe 2 rounds of, we'll see. Either 1 or 2 more rounds and then we'll get everyone together. Screenshots. Let's see. Alright, well, they wanted to. Oh shoot, I didn't look at his orders. Yeah, the brigades on the far left are giving other, and then what are they doing? They're going that way. Okay. Wait, what are you doing? Oh, no, you were right. I just leave him right there. 4 people per umpire is not bad, especially when one of them's combined. Going. Alright, General Hill. The Union has ordered an all-out charge up the hill and into your lines. Um, and of course, it's a crazy, chaotic fight. Hard to tell who's winning, though you think you've got the numbers on your side. Um, you do have one brigade start to break, and unfortunately, it's the one right next to you, and so you are accidentally bayoneted in the thigh. It doesn't seem to be a mortal wound, but your officers pull you back to the rear of the line to get you checked out. Meanwhile, the battle rages all around you. Go ahead and put any changes orders in your channel, and I'll check it. Thank you. All right, General Ewell. So you can hear spotty firing in the woods. Not a lot. You can still hear some small arms fire down to the southwest, maybe a half-mile away. But you hear a lot more fight going on to the northeast. Taliaferro's brigade, the 3rd Brigade, is actually partially engaged, and then Taliaferro reports that his flank is anchored on the Light Brigade's flank, so they're lined up with each other. Besides that fight to the northeast, there's still no fighting to the north. And your artillerymen report that they're not sure what they're shooting at anymore. They're kind of just shooting into the woods, but don't have a good target anymore. And they're getting low on ammo. Okay. hmm Got it. Okay, thank you. All right, gentlemen. So you ride a little bit. You cross the creek, which blessedly cools down your legs at least, and you dip your hat into the waters and take a drink and cool your head off. Um, and all your horses they stop and drink as well. They super famished from riding around all day. But then you keep going up onto the hill. You manage to catch part of Early's brigade and at least stop some of the men and start to form them into line. Meanwhile, Robertson's cavalry gets on the flank of the Union cavalry, fires one volley into them, and they scatter. Oh, I did miss it. So there. Okay. Well, we will reward his endeavors of getting artillery onto that ridge. Okay. All right. In that case, yeah, he's not gonna like being shot at on the flank. Let's see. And then artillery I did. It's actually going poorly for them. Holy crap. They might pull it off. Well, but they're breaking hill. Alright, well, okay, so they're breaking. So if my route unit, sorry, if a 4 is next to a breaking unit, that unit breaks as well. So they're breaking, and they'll break. They'll hold right there, but they'll pull back the line, we'll see. So they did break. Interesting. So he did just move the artillery on there, so I wonder if they'd pound them with canister. I don't know. 4, 2, okay. Yeah, they finally got dice luck on their side at the end. Alright, they're breaking. Probably not enough though. Let's see. And then we'll do the big bayonet charge over here. Yeah, so they're breaking. And they're breaking. And 4 and 2. And oh wow, okay, they're breaking. And they're breaking. Everyone's breaking. Nobody likes bayonet charges. And they're breaking. And that took a 2. Yeah, and these guys, they got a 3, but they're not going to stick around for that. Oh, and the guys broke next to them, so I don't think they're going to stick around. I think we're going to call it. Well, maybe we'll give them, actually, okay, we'll be nice. We'll do one more turn. They're going to stay there. I'll let them stay. Just to see what happens. And then, yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll do one more turn, because that's kind of interesting what just happened in the middle. We'll see if the artillery is enough to overcome that line. Yeah. That was. Alright. Let's see. So it's now 6:30. Let's make it a smidge darker. Set the mood. Alright, 18:30. It's funny, Robertson's been trying to get away from Jackson the whole game, and Jackson keeps following him. Yeah. He just wants to be like on his own, doing his own thing, and it's like, let me be. Alright. Oh, but he did finally. They left each other this final turn. So Robertson gets his own. In his channel, he wrote, "Freedom." Are you here? Yeah, you're here. Freedom. Yeah, so they got away. Heck, how do I show that? They're at the edge of the map. Rally the broken brigade. Yeah, you can't talk, but alright, I think we're done with that. Freedom! Alright, so by the time you remount and get going across the creek, the Union's pretty much gone. They've escaped across the edge of the map, and there's no catching them. But you do get a dispatch from the other half of your command that they were released by AP Hill and are headed your way, and just to your east actually. And then you get a dispatch from Choose Virginia Artillery Battery, and saying that he's concerned by the Union assault to his front. Okay, got it. Thank you. All right. All right, General Hill. So you move a bit back to help reorganize that brigade that broke, which takes you away from the front line. It's harder to see what's going on. You can see more men breaking and running in fear to the back, but you got a lot of men, so your officers just keep sending more and more men to the fight and just feeding them to the grinder, hoping against all hope they'll be able to hold against the Union. I guess put your orders in your channel. Thank you. All right, gentlemen. So as you can tell, General Jackson's come up and joined with you once again. But you arrive. Yeah, you arrive right at the same time that you see a whole bunch of lights brigades streaming over the hilltop and running down the hillside towards you in a chaotic, disorganized mess. Um, well, you can't from where you're at. You can't see it. No, I mean you can see the back end of your artillery, but yep. And Taliaferro's brigade, if, I guess you couldn't tell, but they're broken as well and fleeing to the rear. That's Taliaferro's. Yep. That one. Well, so it's one brigade, so they kind of broke together. Although half of them's not entirely broken, but when they saw their comrades running, they ran as well. Okay, thank you. Hey, they actually are withdrawing. Uh, let's see if he dies. Alright, well, first of all, so that's still there, and then that one's. Oh, wait, and then 3. Oh, I don't know, maybe. 3. Alright, let's see if he dies. Nope, but his men aren't gonna stand. Huh, he did. Alright, so these guys are just running back now in disarray. Alright, well, without that charge on the artillery, that's a good place to call it. So I kind of think, I mean, obviously the Union didn't win, but I kind of want to give them the victory for playing so well. Like they did good. 'Cause, I don't know. Yeah, yeah. All right, we will bring them to the lobby. All right, let me share my screen. You guys see that? All right. All right. So it is now 6:45 p.m. The Union, for the most part, is withdrawing from the fight or forced to withdraw by their men who are breaking. Um, so this is the final state of things. So as you can see, the Union took a lot of casualties on the west side, but are regrouping here in the woods. I thought there was going to be a glorious charge into about, what, 30 guns up the hill, but probably smart idea not to do that. So they pulled back behind the ridge here, and then good job, Ewell, for sending your guns that way. You scared them off. Otherwise, you would have been attacked in your rear. Um, and then Augur had a glorious bayonet charge against Hill's brigade. Just wasn't enough. Um, so this was a tough challenge because the Union was essentially outnumbered 2-1. And so the only advantage you had was you were more on the field to start off with, and so you had kind of your choice of terrain, if you want to call it that. But that was about it. So you had a chance to like see some good ground and maybe deploy before the Confederates did, which you were able to deploy a little bit before them, but not a great amount. Everyone made really good uses of the terrain and the hills, especially here in the middle, both sides. Spent a lot of time hiding behind the ridges, which was smart. Um, oh, I didn't make that bigger. I don't want. Sorry, playing with the colors. Yeah. So the Confederates spent a lot of time hiding here, and then the Union spent a lot of time hiding here and peeking over the ridges. That was fun, but well timed Union attack. Thinking. I'm sorry. Yeah, so in terms of what happened, so the Confederates came up in two wings on these two roads. The Union was on that road and this one, right? Yeah, or is that one? Okay, not that one. Um, and so Ewell got into a fight right here and basically fought all day long along this little uh, area right here. And the Union made, or sorry, the Confederates made contact, or Robertson made contact here and then pulled up over here behind this ridge for a while. And then AP Hill's giant, huge brigade lined up all the way from here all the way to there. It's just a giant brigade. Um, Now the Union was funny because you guys were constantly looking for the flank. So over here, you just kept going more and more and more over this way, trying to find that flank. But the Confederates were just so many that they kept throwing guys into the flank every time you tried to find it. You were so close, but they just kept throwing guys in that you could never really get to their flank. But it was a good effort. And then the same thing over here. You did a big wide flanking march and then an attack up here, um, which would have worked if you weren't outnumbered 2-1. So Hill just had the numbers to stop that attack, although it went pretty well. Hill did get injured in the fighting. And then this attack in the middle actually was surprising because the Union, in addition to being outnumbered, you really didn't have good dice rolls all day long. Except for at the very end when you came over this hill and attacked AP Hill's brigades that were there, all of a sudden you got super good rolls. We'll just say your men have, on top of the hill, a lot of courage, fired right down into them, and basically broke the whole line that was down here, sent them running. And like they said, the only thing that saved them was the fact that Ewell had sent all his artillery up on the ridge to support, and so that basically scared them back. Yeah, they would have charged this way right into the back of Ewell, and all of Ewell's would have been caught or routed off the field. So, yep. So, yeah. So the yeah, most of the time it was sitting right here shooting that way. But so overall the Union did way better than I would have expected. They fought hard and did well despite being outnumbered. Confederates did well too, but you had the numbers on your side, so there was some help on that end. But it was everyone did well, and it was definitely fun to watch. So I guess Chief, if you want to add anything to that, and then let everyone talk. That was Ewell. Hmm. Yeah, I was smart on the Union part. All right, who wants to share their experience of the fight? Oh, right. Yep. No. Yeah, that helped. That helped break the line. Down. Well, he broke three brigades, and yeah, when you guys showed up, the line was about right here, so something like that. Plus, you took artillery fire on the way in, which is harsh. He can't talk, but he basically I was right here. Well, they took damage, but you'll have to watch the video. This is being recorded. Yeah, they did get lucky on their rolls. One, two. Well, some were rallied, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12ish. Yeah, the Union was very aggressive overall. Because you guys could have sat back more and just let the Confederates come to you, but you took an aggressive stance and were constantly attacking them, and it almost worked. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, you guys came up on this road. Well, he came. He went like that. So you guys went up there, and then Robertson went that way, and then Hill, kind of followed him that way. Because the writer just left and he had to send a new one. Yeah, you will thought he was gonna die the whole game almost. I think it's in your briefing. Oh well, that'll do it. When I was reading the last sentence. Well, if it had been even, the Union would have won because you guys barely held on. If you if you had pushed really hard that way with everything, while Yule was still in trouble right here, you probably would have hit him in the rear and routed him entirely. But you didn't know that, of course. Yeah, so your orders on that cavalry or that artillery was to form wedge, attack, charge, and then stop and fire. And so, like, if they had just charged, they may have overrun. They probably would have overrun that one battery. But you told them to stop and fire, and so they just got canister in their face and they ran. It's all this cavalry up here, those three. And if they had broken through, they could have done something crazy like push through the center here and hit behind the line or something. So maybe, I don't know. Well, these guys arrived. These guys barely arrived the last turn. I mean, his division's so huge that it was arriving the whole game, so they just barely got there. Yeah, it's getting late. All right. Well, they were right there, just behind the hill. They just turned them around and rolled them up the hill. All right. It is late for me and later for some of you, and for some of you it's really early. You can keep talking, but I'm gonna end the stream and say goodnight. So thanks everyone for playing. Bye.